Surprise, bitches! Lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. It's time for the Oil Boys. Monstar and Big Steve will be joining us very shortly. But again, one-to-one, let's just talk for a bit before the rest of the boys get here, because it's been an absolutely chaotic Mazzolini of a day in the transfer window. And I need to come on here for the second time and talk to you, man. All right? We got the other boys coming in soon. But like I said, we got to discuss, because I don't know what's going on today. It's a bit of a madness. Got the oil prices at the bottom. All right? Hide the money, y'all. The poor people around. You already know what time it is. The money team. All right? The money team is in town, yeah? Messi broke Barcelona, clinging on for dear life. You love to see it. You love to see it, especially as a Chelsea fan. Of course, I'm going to be a prick. I'm going to be biased, all right? I already know where it is with this club. I've had to hold corn. I've had to hold problems. So, of course, I'm going to enjoy myself now while they're at the brink that they are. So I'm loving life. Messi is a free agent, people. I'm still in shock. I'm still confused. I'm still on cloud 9 because I just can't wait to see who he's moving to. And of course, we got the Lukaku scare during the day. We're going to talk about that. And obviously, there's a new number 10 in Manchester as well, a certain Jack Grealish. And can I say, people, that kit's looking mad. I'm not going to lie, yeah. Jack Grealish in the number 10 in that Man City shirt with them pictures that I saw flying around today with his foot on the football, just looking calm and crisp. It's not bad living. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit jealous, just a little smidge. Big up to the chat. I didn't want to come out too late, so that's why I started early without some of the boys. No Saj today. He's a little ill. I thought, well, let's protect him. Do you know what I mean? Let's protect our assets. He's a good guy. He's a lovely guy. Let's look after him. We don't want him to get too sick. Do you know what I mean? Got a lot of big season coming up. But Monstar and Steve will be here soon. Big up to the rest of the chat. What do you guys make of Messi, man? Messi exiting Barcelona after financial issues. I want to see what you guys are saying with all this, because I was in the cinema when this news broke. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was on my phone the whole time in the cinema. I didn't even watch the movie. I went to go and see that jungle film that The Rock's starring in, Dwayne Johnson starring in. I have no idea what happened. Apparently it was a decent film. I wouldn't know too much because, like I said, Messi news broke and I was just on my phone. I can't lie to you. I can't lie. Big up to the chat. This is Michael Ballack, son and family. This is for Michael Ballack's son and family. 100%, man. Rest in peace. That was some really sad news to see today. It's incredible. You don't expect to see that kind of stuff happen, but it's real life. Do you know what I mean? These real things can happen. And it's just condolences to his family, man. Rest in peace, and thoughts with his family, because for a parent that must be the worst thing imaginable to ever happen. You don't expect to outlive your kid ever. You don't ever expect to outlive your kid. Do you know what I mean? So for that to happen, it's heartbreaking. Do you know what I mean? He was such a great player, Ballack. Apparently, his son had a lot of potential as well. It's a shame. It really is a huge shame, and it's something that he's never going to really probably get over. You don't get over that kind of thing. You just have to make peace with it eventually. But it's awful. It's absolutely awful. It's absolutely dreadful. So fantastic to see that first thing come in. Let's not forget that. Really appreciate it, Reese. Big up to you, man. Really big up to you. The chat is moving mad. Let's see what's going on. And let's start with Grealish, man, because Grealish wearing that number 10, obviously we knew it was going to happen. Steve prepared us for this. Saj prepared us for this. They spoke about it. They bantered about it. They loved it. And, we had to suck it up and wait for it to happen. And it was always going to happen. When you see Aston Villa signing Danny Ings and signing Leon Bailey and signing Buendia and even Ashley Young obviously brought back, when all these players come through the door, you have to make the assumption that there's some sort of money coming in. And it was great to see today, I must say, unprecedented, but I'm very impressed with the way Aston Villa have dealt with this publicly, because obviously Jack Grealish is a massive player for that club. He's the talisman. He brought them back up from the Championship. He's the star boy. He's the franchise player, number 10. And the way that the club have come out and publicly spoken, I don't know if you guys have seen the clip. I'm sure you have. The way that they came out and spoke publicly about the exit was quite incredible. It's not something that I see many clubs doing in the modern day. They usually just get rid of the player, hush, hush, keep it moving, and out the back door, you didn't see You know, you make him watch this hand instead of this one. That's basically what happened. But it was, you know, that's basically what usually happens. But for them to come out publicly and explain the whole deal, why it happened, how it happened, everything backdating to last year. I would have loved if my club done that with some of our transfers. I'm sure Arsenal fans in particular. I keep sending strays for Arsenal, but I can't help it. It's actually in my blood. When you lost Van Persie and you lost Clichy and you lost Nasri, I'm sure you would have loved a statement like that. At least explain the thinking behind it, because God Almighty, those decisions were quite shocking, weren't they? But yeah. Di Marzio has just tweeted, has he? All right, hold on. Let me get there. Warm it up. Calm it down. Let's warm it up slowly. Do you know what I mean? You man are too fast. You man are too quick with it. Is this happening now while I'm streaming? Surely not. Oh, it is. Oh, but it is. Because again, Chelsea, apparently the latest update, ready to offer 120 million tomorrow. New contacts between the clubs. That's Di Marzio, the Italian journalist, the father of Fabrizio in terms of journalism. If you know and you've been on Twitter for a while, you would have saw Fabrizio's come up, and Di Marzio was actually the main guy, and Fabrizio was just underneath him a little bit. So he's a great journalist. He's as concrete as it gets. So if he says that that's happening, then that's happening. And I was going to get there. I was getting there, but you, man, impatiently just came flying in with that Lukaku thing. So I don't know. Do I continue with the Grealish? You want to go straight to Lukaku? I have no idea. Let me see what the chat's saying. You man did not have no chill with that one, did you? You just wanted to get straight into it. It's quite incredible. But yeah, obviously, you know, Grealish, back to him for a second. It's a great deal for Aston Villa to recoup that money and to inject it straight back into the squad. And they've done it in such a good way as well with the players that they brought in. They explained it in the video. They spoke about it at length. You know, Danny Ings comes in, replaces the goal output. You've got Buendia comes in with the creativity. If you remember Buendia at Norwich, he was incredible in terms of his chance creation for that Norwich team. I think he was up there for chance creation that season, maybe in the top 5, definitely top 10. And that was in a very struggling Norwich team with a Pukki that had gone on form and then immediately off form towards the end of the season. And he only really had a nice little blitz at the start. So Buendia is a good signing, very good signing, someone that Arsenal were interested in. And Leon Bailey, well, listen, as Chelsea fans, we all know Leon Bailey. He was highly, highly rated at Bayer Leverkusen. Jamaican winger, cuts in on that left foot, looks to score goals, can add that creativity as well. So it's kind of a blend of the both in terms of Ings and Buendia. You're half and half. And listen, he had a tough time when Kai came into the team and kind of took over, and Dubai, I can't remember the left winger that they have at Bayer Leverkusen that came in as well. I think it was Diaby. I think it was Diaby, correct? I think it was Diaby. And kind of gave him a bit more issues in terms of getting into that team. But obviously Kai's gone. He got into the team this season as well. And now he's back in business. So Aston Villa are looking good. They're looking strong, and they've conducted their business very well. Very similar to Leicester. I made that comparison last time. Very similar to Leicester, bringing in the players to potentially replace the outgoing. You look at Samari coming in, Maddison being linked away, bringing in the player into the club before you make the sale, so you don't get shafted on the fee. And that's what Aston Villa have done. They've brought in the players before cooping in the money for Jack Grealish. After Man City obviously agreed to meet the release, they agreed last season that they would allow him to go to a Champions League club, and they've honoured that, which is good to see. You know, you see lots of gentleman agreements these days. Yeah. Referring to a certain Tottenham, potentially little gentleman's agreement, and then nothing. You know, now there's an issue. Now there's problems. Now there's them missing training. Reason why Grealish turned up to training, because he always knew gentleman's agreement was going to be honoured and kept to against Aston Villa's will, but they were going to honour that. So respect to everybody, really, all parties. That is how you deal with a transfer, people. Do you know what I mean? That's how you deal with it. You don't piss about. You don't start going AWOL and all these things and breaking agreements behind closed doors, and, you know, man to man, just take care of business, get the job done, keep it moving. I'm seeing capital letters Fabrizio. So let me just go onto Twitter again. You man have got me surfing the net. Let's see what you man are talking about. Fabrizio has apparently tweeted, so I need to go and check it out. Romelu Lukaku's agent, you'll be able to listen to our reasons soon, however this turns out. Oh, Chelsea will have new direct talks with Inter Milan board tomorrow, preparing the new official bid. Man said, however this turns out. That is slightly worrying. I'm not going to lie. That slightly worries me. However this turns out, that's leaving the door ajar slightly. Was just assured, this is a previous tweet earlier on in the TL from a good, reliable source, just assured that Chelsea are still confident a deal will be done and are continuing to push to a deal to be completed as soon as possible, despite rumors in the Italian media, as you were for now. Again, for now. And however this turns out, there's a lot of shakiness moving around today with this Lukaku thing. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not liking it. Let me tell you something, yeah. If this don't go through, and I'm not even gonna start even thinking about ifs and buts, because if this don't go through, yeah, Saj is gonna eat me alive. It's gonna be peak in this yard. So let me not even entertain such shit. Yeah, it's happening. And I'm not stressed and I'm calm and I'm collective. All right. We're not doing this back and forth bullshit. It's happening. All right. There you go. You heard it from me first. It's happening. I think I just got a text. Do you want me to jump on while everyone's out? You can jump on if you want, Saj. You can jump on. It's up to you. Yeah, but let's not play the ifs and, let's not play the if, buts and maybes. Let's just hope and pray that this thing's happening and all is well. And I'm going to just stay calm and collected. I'm not going to panic. Like I said, at the end of the day, Inter Milan are still in financial issues. I think this has all come about because their fans started kicking up a storm and they started getting real aggressive and started getting real angry. I saw one man even this is going to blow your mind. He got a piece of paper with Lukaku on it and some other stuff, maybe in Italian, and he stuck it to the window of the headquarters of Inter Milan. If that's not writing, then I don't know what is. That's dangerous behavior. Do you know what I mean? That's shaky behavior. That's already got me flinching and worrying about whether this deal can happen. It's getting real violent in Milan, the way that them brothers are moving. So yeah, it looks like just ever so slightly there's a little bit of pullback, but hopefully, people, it's nothing to worry about. I'm personally not entertaining this right now. All right, I'm trying to stay calm. I'm not in the mood for any sort of, I'm not in that space right now. I can't afford for this nonsense to carry on. In other news, before we go back to all of that, Messi, clearly that's the big one today. Crazy that he could, leave Barcelona. I just never saw it happen. I expect him to retire there. I expected him, the chat. No, here we go yet. No, here we go yet, people. No, here we go yet. But it's cool. Do you know what I mean? No stress. No stress whatsoever. But Messi leaving Barcelona, that is mad. And I just want you, man, to deep it, because we all expected him to retire there. Do you know what I mean? Even when the rumors came out and it looked like he might leave, we always knew he would renew his contract. And even this season was the closest he ever came to leaving. And then during the summer, yeah, Messi wants to stay. Barca want him to stay. They're going to renew his contract. Everything's going to be cool. And we're going to move on. But Barcelona are in some serious financial crisis right now. And La Liga just said, nah, listen, no, you're not having that. You're not getting that done. And fair play. Do you know what I mean? It's nice to see nobody's bailed them out. Do you know what I mean? If you run your club into the mud like Barcelona have over the last few years, making weird signings that I've never understood, ditching the youth, and now only just now with Pedri and Fati and some guys starting to get in. But there was a period where Barcelona just stopped using their youth system for some random reason after having so much success with Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, Fabregas coming through there and then coming back. Thiago, they let go. Bellerin, the successful, incredible right back that is Bellerin, they let go. That shocked me. That hit me to my core. So all of these random mistakes that they keep making, eventually it's going to catch up with you. When you splash over 100 million on Coutinho, when you splash over 100 million on Dembele, when you splash on Griezmann, etc., etc. And then in that position, you decide to go and get Aguero and Memphis Depay. When you know you're financially struggling, you go and sign 2 players that are going to either cost you a bit of money and put more wages on your bill without making the sales. Again, what did we just speak about? Leicester, before they bring in the money, they've got their situation sorted. Aston Villa run very well as well. But to bring in Depay and to bring in Aguero when you haven't got rid of Griezmann and you haven't got rid of Coutinho, it's just nonsensical. Absolutely nonsensical. They've got so many aging players on their books on big wages. The wages that they've been handing out as well has been ridiculous. I've never seen it. Some of the figures I've been seeing thrown around is just crazy. This is always going to happen. Do you know what I mean? And this is why they was trying to force the Super League. So it makes sense. 1 + 1 is 2, ladies and gentlemen. It all makes sense now. And it's funny, we're looking back. The Premier League clubs who are splashing the cash: Sancho, Rafael Varane, potentially Lukaku, Grealish, potentially Kane. The Premier League clubs that have no problem splashing the cash and moving about the same way they always have, were trying to bail out Spanish teams because they were in financial crisis. We were too stupid to clock that. Hold on a second. We're good here and we're about to help these brothers get back to the pinnacle of Europe. For what? For what? Leave them. Let them struggle. Let them suffer, man. Do you know what I mean? Let them do their thing. Why are we trying to bail out Spanish clubs for? Do your thing, England, man. Let's try. What are we doing here? It's incredible when you think about it, people. Eddie with the super chat says there isn't a better time to kick these clubs while they're down. Talk about it. Talk about it, Eddie. I love the enthusiasm. Do it. Kick them while they're down. That's what I'm talking about. None of this nonsense. Need back-to-back Champions Leagues. That's how I know Eddie's been watching the streams, because he knows where it is. He knows what time it is. He knows the energy around here. It's exactly what I've been saying for the past few days. Go and get that Champions League title. One of these English clubs, whether it be Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal. Oh, oops. Sorry about that. All right. Moment of silence, people. Arsenal. Not in the Champions League again. I'm a bastard. I can't help it, man. It's in my blood. It's in my blood. But the English teams need to take advantage, people, of the situation, yeah? Need to take advantage of the situation. You don't get many opportunities in the football, landscape where both the Spanish giants are down on their knees, praying to God, praying for mercy, hoping for some sort of, higher power to save them. While they're down, make sure you take advantage. And that is the situation we're in. And that's what we got to do. We have got to do it. And I personally, I'll take another Champions League. I'm not going to lie. I'm more than happy to get involved with that. Do you know what I mean? Man City, they're heartbroken. They're certainly going to want a piece of the pie after what happened in the final. We spoke about it. Every single team that gets to the final of the Champions League for the first time, they lose. You have to experience heartbreak first before you go and collect the winner's medal. They're going to want redemption. They've got that now. They've got that part that they were missing in terms of that hurt, that pain. Everybody was talking about they got knocked out to Lyon. That's not real pain. You try missing, watching John Terry miss a penalty against Man United and Anelka. That's real pain, not what you've experienced against Lyon and teams like that. You ain't really experienced pain. Speaking of pain, Saj. Look at you.
Pain. Yeah? I know about many things, but I don't know about pain. I wish
you know about pain.
I wish I knew about pain. I don't know about pain. Not anymore. You know why? Because Jackie G, Sweet Pea. I'm rich, bitch.
Talk about it.
That's the Man City logo going into 2021 right there. We're rich. We got the piece and we're splashing it. And more importantly, may I just say, in a day where Grealish, yeah, had a transfer, had the medical, got all agreed, took the photos, and we put it all out.
Yeah.
All was quiet on the western front of Lukaku. Hush. No. Fabrizio. Oh, Fabrizio. Where are the updates, sir? Be very quiet. On a
this
day
back
where
and forth is not good. It's not healthy.
On a day, I'm not even meant to be on, ladies and gentlemen.
You're not. He's not well.
I'm sick. I'm meant to be off. Our compatriots have prior things going on, so I'm quickly filling in. Also, to all the Chelsea fans watching and around the world, I used to try and want to appease you, but last episode has shown me, I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not trying to get you to like me. I'm not trying to get you to respect me. I'm not trying to get your validation. Going forward, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing me. I don't care how you feel. I don't care how you think. Unless you're a Man City fan, my job is not for you to like me. Because I've tried this. I've tried it and it don't work. But let's talk about things that don't work. Barcelona's wage structure.
Oh, talk about it. Do you have the figures and facts? Please.
I wish I did. I wasn't meant to be honest. I didn't have time to come and sit down with it. But
fair enough.
Do you know who I feel? Do you know who got done dirty?
Yeah.
Aguero. You're doing our legend dirty. You're doing our legend dirty. Do you know why? Because Messi, if you said to Aguero, bro, there's no way that I'm signing or I'm gonna be at the club, Aguero would have never signed for a sinking ship. That is Barcelona. I'm calling it now.
What? To be fair, yeah, Aguero should have known that this Barcelona situation he's walking into is not healthy, even with Messi. Barcelona have been falling for a little while now. They're looking unstable. You can see it in the way that they're going about the transfer market. No offense to Aguero, but even the fact that they're signing Aguero tells me that they haven't learned from their mistakes. Because why do you sign a 33-year-old striker on pretty high wages when you've already got quite a lot of elderly mandem in your squad?
To replace another 33-year-old striker that left the club because you said he wasn't good enough and can't score.
And he was too old.
Then went to another club, one of your direct rivals, and then won the league.
They got rid of Suarez because he was too old. Was that not the reason? Shoved him out the back door.
He can't score goals. He's not what he used to be. Went to another club, scored, I think it was like, I'm going to say between 19 and 21. I might be incorrect. So off the top of my head. And then won the league. Shameful.
Same thing that happened with David Villa, by the way, when he went to Atletico as well. He also won the league in his first season. So, hey, Barcelona, they never learn. But it's all backdated to when they signed Kevin Prince Boateng and they signed Paulinho and all of these. And they bid 60 million for Willian, which to this day, I still don't understand why they did that. Just their transfer logic is just so backwards to what I expect Barcelona to be about. Remember in the good old days where they were slapping up Man United in the Champions League final and Messi was scoring headers?
But if we're going to talk about the genuine reason that it's not working at Barcelona, it's just always goes back to academy. Like if we're going to be real, Barcelona are not producing enough academy-ready players that can start for their first team. And the fact Barcelona don't really buy players like that. They buy some players, but
they do now. I mean, look at Coutinho, Griezmann, Dembele. That's nearly 300 million on its own. I think it might even be 300 million. How much was Griezmann? Was he over 100 million? I think he was, wasn't he?
105, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's three players that they've signed for over 100 million, and they wonder why they're in financial difficulty. It's kind of obvious to tell, and none of them have worked out. By the way, all of those players have flopped. It's incredible.
Do you know why it's so interesting at Barcelona right now? It's because cool. So it was looking like it was all going to work out in terms of the wage bill. They were going to sell enough players to keep everybody. All the new players could get registered and whatnot. It's interesting what happens now because they've tried to ship Griezmann multiple times, but now Messi's gone.
Yeah.
The big winners out of this right now, unless they're still trying to sell Griezmann, is Griezmann and Depay. Because now they can have actual roles. I don't know what happens from here. Neither
do I. I don't know what Barcelona looks like without Messi. I've known Barcelona and Messi. That's been the connection most of my life. Do you know what I mean? Since Ronaldinho. Who do they turn to now as the talisman? Neymar was the guy, the successor to Messi potentially, but then he moved to get out of his shadow potentially. Suarez is obviously gone. That MSN front three is gone. You haven't really got anyone to hang your hat on. Dembele is inconsistent and injury prone. Griezmann still can't seem to fit. Why would
you ever hang your hat on Ousmane Dembele?
That was I assume they signed him for that amount of money because they thought they could hang their hat on him at some point. When you sign
bad attitude and injury prone as crap. Come on
now. It's incredible. And I'm outnumbered. Now I'm outnumbered because we've got Big Steve in the building. Big up, Big Steve.
Yeah, man.
Look at him. Look at the smile on his face. That's a man that's made a new signing today, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Patience is the key, innit? You know what I mean? Get it over the line. Yeah, it's a great signing for us. You know what I mean? I'm happy. £100 million. I know people are going to throw that at us, but it is what it is.
Will you be getting a Grealish shirt for yourself there? It looks good. I'm not going to lie. Grealish in the number 10.
It does look good. No, my son's been mithering me for one already, so he'll probably get one. I might get one signed for the wall.
Nice. Look at that. Do you know what it is? Yeah. I mean, obviously, Saj has already been trolling me. I was expecting to have some sort of Lukaku news to share with you guys and to celebrate with you, but there seems to be some stalling going on, but there's nothing to worry about. Honestly, it's going to get done.
He says with a shaky throat.
Can I ask though, before we go back to Messi, Steve, where does Grealish fit in your team? Because I think, was it Saj? Was it you that was saying it's not guaranteed that he starts in this team?
It's not guaranteed that he starts.
It's not guaranteed.
I think he's got a lot of. He's going to get a little bit of a shock because he was a big fish in a small pond at Villa. No disrespect to Villa. I think he's come to City now, and he's going to be playing on the same wavelength as a lot of players that obviously, and the competition is fierce. So in the Man City team, if he has a few games where he's not quite at the races or he's not pulling his weight, shall we say, there's somebody on that bench ready to take that chance. You know what I mean? At Villa, he could probably get away with a little bit. You know, we all have our heroes at our club where they can do no wrong. But I think he's got the ability. We've seen it. He's growing into a great player. I think his off-field antics from when he was younger was one of the keys why a lot of big clubs never really took the punt on him. I think they thought he was a bit of trouble. Obviously, City do the research. Pep would have done his research. He said he spoke to him. So he's obviously outlined where he sees him fitting in the team, where he sees him playing. I think it spells the end for Bernardo. I hope it isn't, but I think it does. I don't think Bernardo. I think that pushes him further down the pecking order, especially with Gundogan's recent form.
So this is what I was going to ask you. Continue. Ask after.
And I just think I think he's going to play in that midfield with De Bruyne. I think Gundogan might struggle to get in there as well. Do you know what I mean? I think, but see, De Bruyne last year playing that false nine was wasted. He's not that kind of player. Yeah, he did the job. Yeah, we won the league. De Bruyne needs to be deep in that midfield. He needs to be the quarter. I call it a little bit like a quarterback. He needs to be, pinging them passes. But I think he's with De Bruyne. If he's got Jack Grealish in there with him, if them two can get on the same wavelength, it's a whole lot of trouble for somebody. I'm telling you now.
Yeah, it is. It's a problem.
Because I was going to say, I see that Mahrez and Sterling will probably play a lot of games this year because Sterling looks like he's back to where he needs to be, and Mahrez had a great last season. Does this diminish the playing time of Foden this season?
No, I think Foden's going to play on that left. I think Sterling might have a battle on his hands with Phil. But the thing is with Man City, I think last season there was 69 possible games we could have played in the calendar. We played 68, and we tried every to win every competition. And I think
just the FA Cup final you missed, isn't it? Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So I think we can expect a lot of rotation, but it's God knows what his best side is going to be. Look, I can't pick it.
I've seen your first 11 and I've seen your second 11, and I'm telling you, your second 11 makes the top 4, especially with Pep in charge. It's ridiculous. Yeah, of course, yeah. It's absolutely ridiculous. We haven't even, got to Fernan Torres and Gabriel Jesus as well. You mentioned Bernardo Silva. I think he's a quality player, Bernardo Silva. I think he's just victim of circumstance that you've got so much quality in your team because every other team in the top 4 would take him. I really do.
Well, it's the options we've got there now, right? Grealish can play on the left. Foden can play on the left. Sterling can play on the left. Mahrez can go out on the left if he wants. Mahrez can go on the right. Torres can go left, right. Bernardo can go on the right. Sterling
very
can play
interchangeable.
It's a mad system, and I think in one way it could be our downfall because it just gives Pep more chance to mess when he doesn't need to mess.
Oh, please. Don't talk like that.
But he's obviously seen him as a missing piece in some sort of jigsaw he was putting together, and it's a dear piece of the jigsaw, 100 million. And look, I'm glad we've gone for English player. Just because it's nice to see, and I'm really looking forward. I'm excited to getting him see. I'm going to the Charity Shield tomorrow. I'm going to go down early tomorrow. A bit of business in London. I'm taking my son. He's excited. And I'm looking forward to the game. Football's back.
It's probably too soon for Grealish to play, isn't it? Yeah, it must be too soon, isn't it? Obviously, it's just the day after.
He could be in the squad. He could be in the squad. So it's Saturday, isn't it? So tomorrow's Friday. So it's Saturday about 5:30 kickoff. So yeah, I don't know.
Gonna go through some of these super chats and then we'll get straight back to it. Where he goes, he must wear 10 and take free kicks. I'm guessing you're talking about Messi. That's just a given, isn't it? At this point, can't imagine Messi wearing number 23 or some bull crap. But we'll see what happens there. Reece saying here, Messi to champions of Europe makes sense. Not for me. I have no idea where Messi's gonna go. We're gonna talk about it in a minute. I really, this is impossible for me to predict because I've never been able to envision him anywhere else outside of Barcelona. We know his wages are going to be high, but now there's no transfer fee. So over a certain amount of years, whatever contract you sign him up to, as long as the agent fees aren't throwing you out of the water, there's no transfer fee. So it's actually not going to it's going to be attainable for some clubs, because you're not paying that 100 million or whatever it would be for those other targets that are going about in terms of your Harry Kane, your Lukaku. So that's something to think about as well. Blue Moon M14 says Grealish will play in the 8 with Kevin De Bruyne. Don't watch us this season. We'll see Chelsea in a rear view with the other contenders. Where's Lukaku? Blue Moon's got that Steve energy, but in typing. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know which format, I don't what format it stings the most in, whether it's typed out or it's said to me. Don't worry about Lukaku in it. We'll talk about that later because I'm sure that will still happen again. Like I said, no sweat on my forehead. But yeah, I think Man City, they're a threat. Even if they don't get that striker, I've said it, with those forward players that they have rotating and interchanging, it's going to be a problem. You can't mark them. But
this is what I've been saying, as in, can we let Fernand Torres try and play as a striker? Please, because he's not going to get time on the wings.
That's what I can see that happening. I've
been saying it. I don't think and this is where it gets interesting. We want Kane, but we don't need Kane.
I
mean, Steve, do you feel like you need Kane? I feel like you probably disagree with that.
I think we need a striker. I think we do. I think last season was a bit of a flash in the pan because we had a bad start. So everybody took their eye off us and thought, Man City's out of it. And then we started to come up on the rails doing these little 1-0s and all that. And then before anyone really took us serious, we was on the arse of them. And then next minute we was in front. And then we got that winning run going, that run we know we're capable of. The false 9 tripped a lot of teams up and we won the league. But this year, if people look at City squad and think, well, he's not got an out-and-out striker, he's going to play this way, people can set up for it. But I think the amount of chances we're going to create now, adding Grealish to the pot as well, anyone could play a striker in that team and score goals, I think. But Harry Kane, just everything's pointing to that we want him. It's looking that way. But this Messi thing that's come out of the blue tonight is just... made me even doubt what I want now.
Because I think Man City, there was some sort of tweet that came out. I don't know if it was from one of your sources, but it said that Man City are not after Messi. They're not interested in bringing him in.
We're not trying to ruin the budget. Yeah.
Well, you say ruin the budget, but if you spend 100 million on Kane and you don't have to spend anything on Messi and you just pay his wages, I don't actually think it really makes too much of a difference financially, as long as Messi's bonuses or agent fees are not sky high. But
I'm just saying, if we're going to pay $1 million a week, at that point, we might as well just, if we're going to pay 150. You
don't have to pay $1 million a week, though.
No. What I'm saying is, if we're going to pay like 100-ish plus mil, 20, 30 mil for Kane, and we're going to pay $1 million in Messi's wages a week, we might as well just pay the little bit more and just sign Haaland.
Yeah, I think this Haaland thing, it doesn't ring right to me because Chelsea's got big dough and they're looking at Lukaku. City's got big dough, they're looking at Kane. No one's looking at Haaland. Now, they're on about putting an extra 30, 40 million in for Kane and people are saying, why don't City just pay it and get him? But you do that with Haaland, surely, because you're going to get 10 years plus out of him. Kane's stock's only going to go down from this point. You know what I mean? He's been picking up little niggly injuries and stuff. Yeah, he guarantees you the goals, but what does he guarantee you the goals for? 2 years, maybe? And then he's
free. I'd say free.
And then Man City going to want to freshen that up. You know what I mean? It doesn't strike me as a recent Man City kind of signing the way we go about things. But obviously, I don't know. I said to the Spurs boys that maybe don't be surprised if Manchester City, this is a smokescreen. and something else comes up. I'm not saying Messi because that's just broke, but the Haaland deal, you just don't know. Something could happen. But with Messi now, I know for a fact that the CEOs of Man United, Chelsea, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain have all had a meeting tonight and gone, how the hell can we get Lionel Messi here now? Because everyone wants him. And they're going to find, if they can find a way, they can. And I bet even Inter Milan are thinking, hold on a minute, well, I wonder if we sell Lukaku to Chelsea for X, I wonder if we could bring Messi to Italy.
And that's enticing because Lautaro's there. And, you know, Messi...
But with all the financial difficulties that Inter Milan have now, to bring in Messi would be the most confusing thing I've ever seen in my life.
Those shirt sales, my boy.
Yeah, but the shirt sales don't go directly to the club. That goes to the sponsor that's paid your deal, isn't it? So say Chelsea have got a £60 million year deal with Nike for 10 years and Adidas 70 at Man United. You've already got that payment every single year for the next 10 years. That money's going straight to Nike. I think if
of commercial deals that you
the name branding is then you get some of that. I think if
the commercial deals, and more importantly,
I'm not sure.
Imagine Messi to Syria, how farther that pushes the legitimacy of the league. You can't buy things like that.
Yeah, it'd be huge. Big up Monstar, man. Welcome, bro. Bro, there's so much to talk about today. There's so much detail in that transfer window today. It's crazy.
I'm hoping City do a mad Frank Lampard deal, let New York get Messi on a free and loan him to us.
I mean, you do have the capability to do that, seeing as you control and monopolize all of these clubs.
I seriously think that the City guys are going to be talking tonight are trying to get him into that City football group somewhere.
Pep would love to work with him again as well. They've got that existing relationship. Messi, there's no doubt he suits your system just as much as he suits anybody else's because you actually play with the ball as well.
I can imagine Roman Abramovich sat on his yacht, and as soon as that come on Sky Sports News in Russia or wherever, jumping off his seat and thinking, hold on a minute, what's going on here? Because listen, Chelsea in a great position to get that deal done. City, Paris, you know, it's
the fact that there's no upfront fee is what is so enticing about this. I mean, before taking Messi out of it, Steve, who suits, do you think, your striker position more, Harry Kane or Erling Haaland for you? Who do you think suits that role?
I'm a Haaland guy. I just love everything about him. I think he's young as well, and I think you can mould him a little bit better. I mean, I know Harry Kane's added a little bit to his game last few years. He's coming deeper for Spurs. He's added assists. I just think that Haaland, getting him at this age now under Pep Guardiola with Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish, Raheem, Foden, I just think some side, man.
You know, Steve, you're breaking the terms and service of YouTube. You're meant to put a notice somewhere when you're getting paid advertising going on. I know you and Alfie be on the burner. You're meant to pay for you're meant to tell people where there's product placement, you know?
No, yeah, man. But look, I'm not a dickhead, and I'm not gonna. Harry Kane's a fantastic striker, and any other team that signed him would be absolutely over the moon, and I'd be over the moon if we got him. But if you're asking me, in an ideal world where money was no object, who I prefer, obviously Haaland for the age and the fact that I think he's going to end up super, super special. If we get Kane, I'm happy. We've signed the best striker in the Premier League, most goals, most assists. So what more can you want?
It's a win-win situation. I'm going to fly through some super chats and bring Monstar in here for a second. Adam says, imagine Messi walking into PSG's dressing room and seeing Sergio Ramos. It would be... can I just say, if PSG... Saj said this earlier as well. If PSG get Messi and they don't win that Champions League, bloody hell. You sack everybody, honestly. Sack everybody. Ober1 says, since Grealish took 10, I know Messi's not coming. That's an interesting one. If Messi was to go to Man City, would you not have to pull Grealish's shirt straight off of him again?
Well, Kane's a 10 as well, isn't it? Kane played 10 for Spurs.
Well, I think Gabriel Jesus can just give up the 9, innit?
Messi can wear, what did he used to wear before the 10? When Ronaldo
19.
He could say that.
Man, I just can't see commercially how Messi takes number 19.
Yeah, but even at PSG, Neymar's got the 10 as well. So
someone's got to get stripped here. I know at Chelsea it's easy. Pulisic.
Neymar is not giving up that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know.
Can you imagine the fight?
This
He
is
got
what-
out of Barca to get out of his shadow. He goes to PSG and they try to strip him of 10.
If you look at the City squad, right, even the Chelsea squad, you look at the team. There's a lot of big players in there, yeah, but they're not big prima donna superstar egos. The chemistry at City, the chemistry at Chelsea is it's a nice place to work. You look at the clubs; it's being run right. There's no stories coming out of there and all that. Since they got rid of John Terry and then stopped banging each other's birds, Chelsea's a nice place, you know what I mean? But same with City, you know what I mean? It's a good place to work. But you look at that Paris Saint-Germain, you look at that team, man. You look at Mbappe, you look at Neymar, you look at Ramos, Donnarumma. All these players have got their spiky little bit about them. And I just think that's a mad mix. And I look at Pochettino sometimes, and I don't think he's the man to tame that dressing room. That's like throwing a cat amongst the pigeons. You know what I mean?
I love that expression.
ITK from the Chelsea Twitter community, Dan McCarthy, Monstar will know him, has just said that Chelsea won't be getting Messi. So we'll see if that rings true.
That was never going to be.
What's the Chelsea thought of Lukaku? I mean, obviously we spoke briefly on the Big Six, but I know that I think you guys was linked mad with Haaland, and I think everyone was pushing it that way. And then Lukaku sort of just came out of left field. Are you happy with that? Do you want him back?
I mean, Monstar, I'll let you go on that one first, bro.
Obviously, with the Haaland situation, it was, as much as I would have loved it, it was never really going to happen, was it? They were just asking for way too much, and people thought it was 175. From what I heard from the Dortmund side, it wasn't even 175. It was 200 M's they wanted. So euros, that is, which is around 179 million pounds. So it just weren't realistic. But I've always said from the beginning, if we get either Kane, Haaland, or Lukaku, I'm happy with that. So Lukaku obviously fits that criteria. I'm not mad. I'll take it.
Yeah. For me personally, same thing. He's in form. He's had a great Euros. He's refined his game in Italy. He's definitely improved on his weaknesses that people gave him stick for at Man United. He's also in completely different shape to when he was at Man United. At Man United, he was quite heavy, quite stocky, looked a little bit out of shape. At Inter Milan, he's in the best shape of his career. He looks strong, fit. Do you know what I mean? So I personally think it's going to be a great deal if we get it sorted over the weekend and he'll be ready to play the Super Cup. I've got a tweet from Fabrizio. I know Saj doesn't rank him highly, but I'm going to read it out anyway.
Do that. Don't, because I don't want Fabrizio to cancel
Fabrizio.
Oh, Fabrizio.
Messi was in Barcelona to sign the contract today. No tension, total agreement announcement scheduled. Barcelona told Leo they were blocked by La Liga and not able to sign him now. Issues also with other players. So actually, some of their own new signings may not be able to even play this season. So Barcelona still
apparently Aguero's not even been registered yet.
Not even registered. Yeah,
none of them are.
Imagine. Yeah, Messi appreciated the honesty, and PSG have already started direct contact with Leo Messi. So there you go. That's the first club
they have is that they tried to. So basically, their whole plan was let's get rid of Dembele, Griezmann, who else? Pjanic, Coutinho, all these guys. No one was going to take them on. Now they're because of that. Titi as well. Because of all these guys, no one will take them, not even on loan, because of how expensive they are, how much wages they have. They're in trouble. So La Liga won't let them register. So unfortunately, this is the position they put themselves in, isn't it?
It's kind of a good time to be Atletico Madrid, for real, though.
It is.
For real. Like,
go back to back if you can, you know.
Going to be some bargain basement deals there, I think, at Barcelona, me. I think
there is. Yeah.
It's a good time this coming season. I feel like next season, Real Madrid are going to be a superpower all over again because I feel like they're trying to get Mbappe, Pogba, Camavinga all to drive their contracts down. And they could be in for all of those players next season. And they can all they have to do is spend 75 mil on Haaland as well. And they can potentially get him and all those players we just mentioned for free.
It's crazy. The movement in the next couple windows is nuts. And
but I would say though, I think Real Madrid will buy him this season.
I still think he's staying, bro.
No, with Messi, right now, as they're saying, Messi's in contact with PSG. If that does happen, I could see them selling Mbappe.
See, I'm the opposite.
They can't keep all of them. They can't.
I think
you don't see a front three of Messi, Mbappe, and Neymar.
No. See, I'm the opposite. I think if Messi comes, Mbappe will stay.
Could Mbappe sign a new contract with that?
That's
Real
the
Madrid
problem.
lost murders now. If Real Madrid went and got Mbappe now Barcelona have lost Messi. The fan base, the Barcelona fan base has already gone mental tonight. There's suicide watch, a lot of them boys.
Yeah.
He needs to look after them. But listen, Real Madrid, I mean, Spanish football's a mess. That Tebas guy, Javier Tebas guy, who was calling Man City every name under the sun for spending money. Look at the state of his own ship now. Look at that league. Look at the two biggest clubs. They put players on massive contracts that are not sustainable. As soon as this global pandemic hit, you know what I mean, clubs had to feel the pinch, yeah? Certain clubs have got through it and come out the other side well. Certain clubs are really starting to feel it now. And like you say, Barcelona is just miles away from what it was. You know, the stadium's falling apart. Anyone that's been to the new camp recently, it is joke.
I'm going to go out again on another limb, and I might be wrong, but we'll see. I think Barcelona are going to file for bankruptcy.
Really?
Yeah.
Possible.
I mean, this just goes back to
just to get the debts off their hands. I think they're going to file for bankruptcy.
This just goes back to how the Super League was so urgent, wasn't it, for these clubs?
If anything, the Spanish government will bail them out. They won't need to file for bankruptcy.
Yeah, what will happen is they'll find a piece of land, like they did last time in Barcelona, that apparently Barcelona owned. Then they'll sell that back to the government for like 150 mil. And then that'll help them out a bit. It's all mad over there because it's massive tourist attraction in Spain. In Barcelona, the whole thing about it keeps the economy really high. You know what I mean? You got Barcelona, it's the Messi show,
and they should be good next season where fans are coming back to the stadium. I think they should be good from that point on. You know, midway through the season, they should be good. But it's just now, isn't it? It's just for now.
Eddie says Chelsea and City to dominate world football for years to come. That is a possibility. You know, two Champions League finalists.
United are back as well. Like
I can't say United are back with that manager in charge with a new contract. I honestly can't. It just doesn't get onto the level of a Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel for me. And obviously PSG, they're in
Klopp, Pep,
Klopp, Pep, and Tuchel. Yeah, Tuchel goes into that now. Yeah.
Like, why can't Tuchel be in that conversation?
That's right. We're fine dining at the top now. We're Champions League winners. Put some respect.
He's won the same amount of Champions Leagues as.
I need a minute.
He's won the same. Hold on, wait. He's won the same amounts of Champions Leagues as Klopp. He's won less than Pep. He's won league title off Klopp. So why can't he be in that conversation?
I don't know why.
No, he is. What he's done is, listen. If you win the Champions League, you've got that on your CV. You're dining at the top table for me. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
For me, you know, since Mainz, he's delivered. You know, everywhere he's gone. Dortmund, he did his job with what he could do up against a Bayern Munich team. I think he did win a German Cup there. Couldn't quite win the league like Klopp. But that's not a given right when you're going up against Bayern Munich. The recent history in German Bundesliga shows that with them winning titles every year. And then you've got
Klopp won these titles when. What's it called? Bayern were in transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he had no given right to win.
Are we saying that he didn't underperform at PSG?
No, he won the league. He won all the French trophies, and he got to the Champions League final.
That's a given.
Finish. Yeah, it's not a given because he didn't win it this year. Lille literally just won the league on.
Again,
everybody. This is the thing. You've got to give managers credit when they win trophies, even if they're expected to win them, because you can see at PSG now they don't win Liga, they fumble the bag there. Juventus, they thought it was a given right to win Serie A, and they end up missing out as well with Sarri winning the league. They didn't appreciate it, and then suddenly now they're celebrating coming in Champions League places with Pirlo. So
but if you ask the general consensus of people, I don't think many people would be like, Tuchel's in the same league as like a Klopp.
All right, that's general people. I'm a Chelsea fan.
They don't have to be, bro.
Okay.
Adam says if you're PSG and you sell Mbappe, you're to clear your books for Messi and get money before risking him going on a free transfer next year, or go for it all. Yeah, I mean that does make sense. I mean, if they're in contact now, and they do get Messi, and then they get some money for Mbappe, then they have actually got themselves out of a pretty precarious situation where Mbappe goes for free next year. A front three of Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, though, does that even work? I mean, it would be mad. But who plays where? Would they just interchange?
No, but that would presume that Mbappe will have to play in the middle, if anything. Or can you play Messi as a false nine?
Would Di Maria want to sit on the bench?
Will work.
Di Maria's gonna have to just be humble, man, because that's
I don't see that happening.
Because I don't see any of the other three getting dropped. There's too many egos going there. I mean, Neymar and Messi have already shown they can play together. We've seen it. Mbappe's got a bit of an ego now as well. So that would be nuts. I mean, they'd have to start, 100%.
Who would be the leader in that dressing room? Would it? Because like Ramos is just coming in, Messi would just come in, but
still, it doesn't matter. Like Thiago Silva came in and was automatically the leader at Chelsea. Automatically.
Yeah, but I don't see them French. I don't see like man like Mbappe and Neymar. Maybe Neymar, but Mbappe, I don't see Mbappe just be like, all right, cool, you're in the club now. All right, cool, you take the reins.
There's a lot of characters, man. There's a lot of characters. Donnarumma's meant to. He's got a pretty, he's meant to be pretty decent personality as well. He's quite big stature at AC Milan. He's coming into that PSG team as well.
Marcusio as well. He's got a lot. He has a lot to say in the dressing room.
Yeah, it's
Marcusio.
It's Marquinhos.
Marquinhos. Sorry, brother. Sorry,
Marquinhos. I was about to say, bro.
Big up Saeed in the chat. He said we're all ruining football apparently, while they splashed their 90 M's for Sancho.
I'm just saying
They got four out of the top 5 or something like that. Highest paid, highest transferred in.
Literally. Yeah.
They get away with it, mate. They spent £1 billion. They spent over $1 billion since Fergie left trying to win that league. Yeah, they've not done it. Yeah, Man City spent £1 billion. Yeah, won about 12, 13, 14 trophies. So who's doing the best business here? You know what I mean? But apparently they get away with it. They're dead over
bad
there.
business.
Listen, they finished second last year. Yeah, they've added Jadon Sancho and Varane, right? They should be happy. That's a good window, isn't it? You know what I mean? Yep. They've still got Pogba. Cavani stayed there. They've got a good side. They're still sulking, whinging, moaning about Solskjaer. We're not going to do this. Don't be crying at home, because if any other team signed Jadon Sancho and Varane, they'd be expected to mount a challenge. So Saeed likes crying at home when he needs to cry at home. When he's top of the league, he likes pointing down and saying he's top of the league. When they win the derby, he likes to say they've won the Derby Cup. And then at the end of the season, when it all explodes, he blames Gunnar Solskjaer for it.
21 in 21.
Scapegoat Ollie, man. It's sickening.
Saeed knows what he's doing. And last night, he went verbal on Turkish and tried to assault him. And I don't think that ended that well, really. Turkish, I've never seen him like that. He's usually mellow, but he was going for it. And
now he's just calm, man. He just hosts.
Now he's got the whole of Arsenal's fan base in his DMs.
He brought it on himself, and he knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? He wanted to rile up some people, but it's just funny that I see him riling up Arsenal and Tottenham and going after Turkish and Fuad. But when it came to talking to the title contenders, he didn't want to say too much. Do you know what I mean? I mean, what can you say when you lose to the Yellow Submarines in the Europa League final and you're sitting around trophy winners left, right, and centre?
You better win that Super League final.
We're playing them next
week. We better win that. If we don't win the Super League, guess what? We're still champions of Europe.
No. But you be talking smack about the Yellow Submarines.
The Yellow Submarines, because it's funny. It's funny.
Mate, them Yellow Submarines are out breaking legs last night. You see Fofana, he got his leg broken.
Yeah. That was incredible, wasn't it? It was, again, awful for him, because he had a great season as a young guy in his debut season, and he's hacked down in a meaningless game. It's awful to see. Big up to everybody, man, sending in super chats. Really appreciate it. Ober1, La Liga doesn't want Messi to lose the peace. Yeah, of course. But La Liga's got to pay the price for stupid spending over the years. From both their clubs, even Real Madrid, Eden Hazard, you know what I mean? Still having Gareth Bale on the books and not.
The Hazard trade wasn't a stupid. That was a great.
Not stupid, but it was quite. I mean, for me and personally, I think we hustled them quite well. For someone with 1 year left on their contract to get 130 million in total is a bit ridiculous. So again, this is why they were so insistent on forming that Super League and like pushing it. Obviously, everybody else joined in as well, but you can see that they just knew money was running out over there. Centurions 100 points says City should bin Kane and go for Messi, get Haaland next season, win-win. Imagine we don't get Kane and allow Messi to go to PSG.
It's getting a bit like fantasy football style at the minute. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like everyone thinks
it is
championship manager and that, and you just like everyone's going for everyone. But I just think this next week coming to the season is going to be a bit of a mad scramble. I think Lionel Messi just blew the world away today. Took a bit of shine off Grealish, so we're not getting that much stick because Messi's dominated the news, which is good. But yeah, I think there's going to be some big moves coming this week. some big moves, and then, like you say, that domino effect will start. Then once you start, say if you get Lukaku and Inter's got a bit of dough, they're going to start going out there pushing a bit, and you know, I think it's going to be good.
Yeah, it's nuts. I mean, it's Pogba's future's still up in the air as well. Where he moves, if he moves for free next summer, or if he decides to move in this window. PSG are meant to be after him as well. I don't know where that deal is at the moment, where the update is on that, because you know, again, Man United losing him for free for the second time is a bit embarrassing there in terms of financial.
If I'm being honest, Man United, PSG, you got to sell him now. You've got to sell him now, man. But believe you me, they're not signing new contracts. They're not. Pogba's not signing a new contract. Mbappe is not signing a new contract. You better sell them right now. Otherwise, you're losing
them. Glazers aren't gonna. They're not in the position to let money go. So they're gonna be tempted. If someone come in now for a Pogba deal, I think they'll go. He'll go. They better,
man. Because they are risking.
It's crazy that we're even talking about Mbappe. This is a player that's the second most expensive footballer on the planet, potentially moving for free. Was it him or Neymar that was more expensive?
He's the first, I'm correct.
Is he the first?
No,
Neymar was more. Yeah, Neymar
was basically 198 and Mbappe was 160.
Yeah. Yeah. It's incredible that we're talking about those two. You know, we're talking about, again, Pogba. What is he worth? 90, you know, around that maybe 80 million pound mark, potentially moving for free. The amount of money that clubs are losing here is quite incredible.
I know Liverpool have been quite quiet during this transfer window. Do you think they could do a madness in this last week?
Nope. Not with the names we're talking about on this table here.
No?
They've got no money, mate.
They got no money for that. Just ask Grizz.
Liverpool are shopping in the whoopsie aisle, mate. Once you start going to Preston North End and places like that, getting players when you've got no defenders, and then getting, what was he called? Kabak. People like that. You know life's pretty tough down there. So I'm not expecting Liverpool to do anything. They need to get rid of players like Shaqiri and people like that before they start flexing.
Origi, another one as well.
That Origi, man. He must be laughing his balls off there. Serious, mate. That guy.
What? He's under contract.
Wow, he's just living the dream, isn't he? What is he even about? Does anyone rate him? Because I don't rate him.
I don't rate him, but I can't talk from a Chelsea perspective. We've got people robbing a daylight living out of us every single week. You got Drinkwater going on piss ups and still earning 100k a week. You got Batshuayi dressing up as SpongeBob earning 100k a week as well. You got Baba Rahman on the medical table all the time. Then he comes back for some preseason games. He's still earning a living.
Yeah, but
keep going with Barkley as well.
What do you want? You don't want better earn a living,
They'll never be as bad.
I bet he am. Why is he?
Hey, Winston Bogard. They'll never be as bad as Winston Bogard. He set the bar, man. Winston at Chelsea. He did take some goal.
It's incredible. Barkley, Bakayoko, Zappacosta. It's Kennedy. He's bald as well. Monstar, that was quite incredible to see him with no hair. I don't know where. It's the first time I've seen him in like 3 years.
He's been without hair for a minute now.
It's ridiculous, man. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Have you guys stockpiled any Deadwood that you want to get rid of in your squad? I'm actually thinking to myself
No, not really. You're looking at probably Benjamin Mendy, but I don't think he's Deadwood. I just think he's had 2 knee ops and he's just not the same dude.
Yeah, it's mad.
Other than that, we're not that bad. We don't do that, to be honest, do we? We try and get rid of them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't forget, I think City could sell Bernardo tomorrow, 60, 70 mil. You know,
do you think he could go for that much?
Listen, if you're talking Maddison for 70 million, Bernardo's better than Maddison for me. But
it's an interesting one.
People think because it's got money that we just got to let everyone go on the cheap. We don't let people go on the cheap. It's on our terms or no terms. You know what I mean? Bernardo.
We don't really have a big main squad like that. In all realms. Man City's main squad is actually quite condensed.
You got 2 starting 11s, and then I don't know who's outside of that, but you definitely got a strong squad in terms of the depth is ridiculous that I've seen.
If Bernardo Silva went to any other team and played central like he did the season we won the league and he was on top form, you've got yourself a fantastic player. With us at the minute, it's just because he's got Gundogan, De Bruyne, Rodri in there, and Foden came in, and then Bernardo just got a sort of shoved wide. for the energy and that. But I think Bernardo Silva as a human being around the squad, everyone always speaks highly of him. And then the energy he brings to the side, if I hope he moves somewhere and plays regular and just enjoys his football. Nothing but my best wishes for him.
What's happened today? Where do you see this leaving Harry Kane in terms of him gone AWOL and still trying to push through that transfer to you guys after this Messi thing? And obviously we've seen Lukaku and there's a lot of movement with the strikers, even Danny Ings. And do you see Harry Kane actually getting his wish to come to you guys? Where do you see it from a City perspective in terms of likelihood of you actually getting him?
Every single day it continues, the price goes down. Yeah. Again, Kane is choosing to do this. Man City haven't predicated him to do this. And as long as it continues, Man City getting in a better position to dictate terms.
He's listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. He's coming back to training. He's not going anywhere.
I don't think he will, but
he's got too many years left on his contract. He signed that big contract. He probably shouldn't have, but he's going nowhere, bro.
I don't think though. I think Tottenham need the money. I think Tottenham need the money for a rebuild. Look at Nuno's came in there, yeah. Nuno's walked into that job. There's at least 8 or 9 players in that Tottenham squad that need to be gone, right? Mm-hmm. Harry Kane's looking at that Tottenham squad and thinking, how long am I going to have to wait here for Tottenham to start challenging in the top 4? 4 years, 5 years? That's with some heavy investment and it all goes well. He's going to be too old. So he wants out. So what do? Do you take it on the chin like Villa? Fair play to Villa. They wanted to keep him, but they've let him go. We released the contract, let him go, and then they've gone straight in the market and they've got 3 or 4 quality players and they've instantly improved their team. Now, you give it 10 games in this new season and Jack Grealish will be forgotten about at Aston Villa because Leon Bailey and all them boys will be scoring goals, assists, and the Villa fans will be thinking, you know what? We've got a good side. Tottenham can hold, Daniel Levy can sit there and be stubborn as he wants. But if you go into that season with Harry Kane unhappy, as soon as he puts in a 6 out of 10, them Spurs fans are going to say, he doesn't want to play for Tottenham anymore. His head's gone, blah, blah, blah. Season started, transfer window's ended, you're stuck with him. Tottenham are in a bad place. So you've got to make a decision really soon. Do you either cut your losses, get the money, or do you try and hold out for another 30 million? Don't get it. Start the season with no extra fresh blood and Harry Kane sulking, because that's what's going to happen.
It would also be a horrible way for a club legend to go out.
Yeah,
it could get real. It could really dent his legacy at the club. It could go from Harry Kane, one of the best strikers of all time to ever play for us, to Harry Kane, the deserter, the traitor. Remember, like when Messi, a couple months ago, when the contract thing came up, and Barca fans started to get a bit. I'm not going to say disrespectful.
We even seen Grealish, Aston Villa fans getting a little bit hairy as well this week.
It just
the burning shirts and all sorts. People, listen, we're all attached to our clubs emotionally. And if you go week in, week out, you get attached to players and you don't want to see them players leave. But when somebody comes in, I mean, Chelsea did it with us, with Sean Wright Phillips. And we were gutted because he was one of our own. And but we didn't burn shirts. We just wished him well because we thought, you know what, Sean, he deserves it. And he got our blessing and he went on. You know what I mean? And that's it. But some people are twisted up and bitter about it. It is what it is. But, you know, you work in a dusty old warehouse and the warehouse across the street offers you double your wages and come and look at our nice warehouse. It's all air conditioned and all that. You're going over there, mate, and you're working there. You ain't staying in the dusty shit, are you? And that's what's happening with Grealish. He wants the money, doesn't he? He wants the dough. He wants the football. He wants De Bruyne as a teammate, doesn't he? Yeah,
it's true. And speaking on that as well, obviously Aston Villa's CEO, Christian Purslow, came out. I don't know if you guys saw the video, but he came out and was very, very transparent with the way that this deal all materialized, spoke about a gentleman's agreement, potential clause as well with Grealish last summer, saying that if a Champions League club came in for him with an £100 million bid, that they would let him go. I was just about to say that Tottenham could have just spent the Kane money, as Aston Villa have done, in the build-up to the sale of Kane. But then I thought to myself, I bet Man City would have been quite clever. And once Tottenham spent the money, then lowballed Tottenham and tried to bring the price down. And then Tottenham would have got desperate because they need the money because they've bought all the players. I can see Man City being like that. But I agree with you, Steve.
Deal, you know. Man City can do it. They've done it before. They did it with Sanchez. Sanchez deal was done. He was coming to Man City. Sanchez agreed it. Sanchez's agent then was talking to United and came back to City last minute and said, oh, Man United have offered us this, thinking City would go, oh, well, we don't want to lose him now at this time, so we'll offer him that. They didn't. They went, okay, that's fine, walked away. Apparently, Sanchez was fuming. He was all set to go. Look at the guy when he turned up. They had him playing a piano. The guy didn't want to be anywhere near the piano. You know what I mean? He was the most expensive piano player in world fucking history, that Sanchez. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you look at that. So deals can go. We were supposed to sign Dani Alves. It was all agreed. Last minute gone. Jorginho was all agreed. Last minute goes to Chelsea. Now City don't speak to Napoli about it. So things can change in football. And Tottenham are in a mad position at the minute. They've got to either stick to the guns, they keep Kane, invest and go again, or they give Nuno the money for the rebuild.
I must say that team, we played them again in a friendly Chelsea there the other day. Seeing Tottenham without Kane, they look lost. I know they got back into the game with 2 goals, but that's mainly because Chelsea's B team was out there and our Deadwood C team were out there, and they were out there strutting their stuff, giving the ball away, turning over possession. Bakayoko strutting his stuff again, turning heads and failing to turn his own when pressed. But I think Tottenham without Kane, they look lost, man. They look really weird. Lack of focal point, no creation, no obviously goals as well without Son. It's he is like 2 players for them because he creates all their chances and he scores a lot of their goals as well. So it's like killing 2 birds with 1 stone. But I mean, Monstar, I haven't asked you yet. How do you feel about this Lukaku situation today? Saj was teasing me when he got on here, and we've had a few little issues today with maybe the deal not getting wrapped up or a little bit of pullback from the Chinese director. How are you feeling? You still confident?
I think the deal's done, man. Like,
Saj, why you always got a cough?
So I'm having a cold, man. You don't have a cold.
Go get tested, G.
You don't have a cold. Need to get a logic.
Go get tested, bro. You might
need to get a logic.
Self-isolate still.
No, I'm alright. I'm alright.
What do you call it? I think the deal's done, personally. I feel like what's happening right now is that Chelsea, Atalanta, and Inter Milan are trying to sort out a situation where obviously Tammy goes to Atalanta, Lukaku goes to obviously Chelsea, and Zapata goes to Inter Milan. Similar to when we got Giroud, obviously Oba, and Batshuayi.
Yeah,
a similar deal. I think that's basically ironing out those details right now. And once those details will be ironed out, the deal will be announced. But do I think he's coming? I think he's coming 100%. I think it's done, personally.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if it didn't get done because Inter Milan need the money. Do you know? I know they're starting to have these. Saj, do you want to tell a story again? Because last time you did it, the comments absolutely killed you for waffling.
You man don't want to know football history. I'm not getting in there. I get that.
David, thank you for the super chat. Says Bakayoko is a legend. I disagree wholeheartedly. I think we need to sell him for us.
I don't want to see that guy at Chelsea.
He's good. Oh my god.
Would you take him in a possession-based system?
It's not that.
He would never touch Man City starting.
It's not about.
We beat you in the Champions League final. Yet you talk down to us like as if people should be getting in our team that don't
run it back. I said it before. I said it again. Run it back.
To me, the problem ain't even a possession-based system. When I watched him in that Tottenham game, he just didn't look like he cared.
You think so? You don't think it's just down to him not being able to play out from the back? You think it's just because he doesn't care?
I think he wants out.
Well, unfortunately, no one's coming for him.
It's not like he's not a decent player. No, yesterday's game was just straight down to I don't want to be here anymore. You could see it in the way he's playing. You always know a player that's not putting in any effort. You could tell.
I think a lot of Italian clubs are going to come in for some of our Deadwood players towards the end of the window and try and get them on cheap fees. That's what's being reported a lot. Napoli.
Emerson looks like he's on his way up already.
Still here. I don't even know how that's happened.
Zappacosta looked good the other day as well, but he'll be gone as well.
Oh, this actually might help you on your way to saying that Lukaku deal's pretty much done. Apparently, Alfredo Padella, the Italian journalist that's blocked me, so I can't remember his credibility. But
credibility is on 0, bro. So go on.
I'm blocked by him and Cavar from Sky Sports. Shout out you.
Cavar blocked you. Why did he block you, man?
I can't remember. I said something about this is not really.
Did you try violating?
No, it was something about him putting out news, and I said, "Isn't that kind of conflicting considering Sky Bet?" and then he just blocked me. Isn't that kind of like a conflict of interest? And then he just blocked me. So I'm guessing I'm correct. Inter Milan have had a bid of 50 million euros rejected for Vlahovic at Fiorentina. At Fiorentina. Vlahovic. So yeah, looks like they're trying to replace Lukaku, and that's an interesting one because it's not Zapata at Atlanta, so that could crush our Tammy situation.
No, either way, Lukaku's agent said, I don't know if you saw it, said he's going to clear things up tomorrow.
But he also said whatever way it goes, and there's a little bit
way it goes. But we know what way it's going. We know what way it's going, bro. He wouldn't be making that statement if Lukaku's staying.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't be
making No. Maybe they're just trying to plan things out. And if everything goes according to plan, we'll see where he goes, innit? But
you know where he's going, bro.
Let's just take our time, bro.
So you feel like this is a situation where Inter Milan are trying to find a replacement before they officially let him out the door?
I think they are. Yeah. Just what I think like Tottenham should have done once they realized the Harry Kane thing was needed to go through. Yeah.
Listen, Big Steve, just don't worry. Get those orders ready, Big Steve. Don't Saj hasn't forgotten our bet, right?
Don't worry about the bet, son. The bet is on.
Terrace Colton. Can I get a shirt too, bro?
Hey, everyone gets a shirt.
Everyone gets a shirt.
Everyone gets a shirt. You get a shirt. You get a shirt. Everyone gets a shirt.
What was the bet again that he said?
The bet was if Harry Kane, Haaland, or Lukaku sign for Chelsea, I'll have to buy everyone Colt merch.
All right. I'll get it ready. Yeah.
DiMarzio actually as well. Another thing that came out an hour ago was Chelsea and Inter Milan still negotiating for Romelu Lukaku, 115 to 120 million for Chelsea's side, and Inter Milan want 130. So that's weird to me because I thought Chelsea were pretty adamant on just paying the 130, but again, we'll see what happens. They were meant to try and get this deal done by Sunday, wasn't it, Monstar, if they wanted him to play in the Super Cup final against Villarreal? So
yeah,
the time's running out on that one.
People need to chill.
I was just saying, aren't Inter in a good place to negotiate?
No, they're meant to be in financial struggle. Why is that not? Why is that not something that you believe? They've said it, come out and said that so many times. That's why they're looking to sign Lautaro or.
I'm not gonna lie to you. In my head, I just want to make this Lukaku deal as difficult as possible. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll be real. I just don't want to see him come back to the Prem.
These Barcelona tweets with Messi obviously leaving, they put up a 6-minute comp, and now they've put up obviously every year he's aged, and they've got like it's scrolling across. It's weird. It's weird to even see this happening.
Barcelona put that out.
Yeah, they just put out. They've tweeted out twice now about his exit. So they've. Someone said Messi ain't got no job. Lol, unemployed, job center.
No, but he's got brand deals, crazy brand deals.
He's got brand deals. Yeah, I think he'll get by on Instagram. He's got quite a bit of clout on there. Just keep doing some deals.
Crazy clout. He's like, I'm sure he's like what, top 5 most.
Easily one of the top 10 most biggest brands in terms of sporting.
Yeah, you got Ronaldo, Selena Gomez. You got a couple.
Looking at people with the most followers on Instagram, Cristiano Ronaldo's first by a gigantic margin. Like almost by 100 mil. Yeah, 100 million followers.
Madness.
Solskjaer and Pogba's contract talks. I hope every player thinks that this is the place to be to win trophies, not with you in charge. Carry on. Paul has come back and he's fresh and he's always such a positive boy. The talks I've had with him have all been positive.
What is Ollie hate about?
No, it's not Ollie hate. It's just realism. Is anybody here scared of Manchester United next season for the Premier League title race?
I'm shaking in my boots.
I think they'll have a good season. I do. I don't think they've got enough to win it. I just think there's a bit of inconsistency there. I can't say that anything about United because I just get accused of hating them.
We want Ollie on a 10-year contract at United, 100%.
But it is they'll have a better season than what people will think.
You think? Because they have no DM, and apparently they're not going to get one, and that for me imbalances their team massively. Having no DM.
I think it's possible that Man City might have bought Grealish a bit too early, considering Messi became available. If this news came out, let's say about 2 days ago, do you think Man City might have shifted their attention to Messi?
No, I think when you listen to the Aston Villa executive guy speak, it looks clear that City have been in for a while. They've met it. He looks like he spoke to Pep. listen, I've got no doubt Man City could go and get Messi if they get rid of Bernardo. They could even get rid of Sterling. There's your money. Wouldn't affect us.
But who's in the market for these players? Because you say you want 70 million for Bernardo Silva. Sterling's going to cost around the same probably as well, the way you're valuing.
I don't think anyone could pay. I don't think. I think there's only if Real Madrid get back in the money league. That, you know, that he's always been linked to Real Madrid, Sterling. But Bernardo Silva's been linked to Atletico Madrid. They could probably buy him, but. Like you say, I'm just saying financially, City could make it happen, but
I highly doubt Real Madrid are going to want
I think
Sterling now.
No, we're keeping
really
Sterling. We're keeping Sterling. We're keeping Sterling, bro.
You're keeping Sterling now.
He's gonna
I
score
think
25 goals
Mbappe's got to be the priority, surely.
Scoring 25 goals in what world, bro?
Trust me, man. Sterling up in ebbs and flow seasons, man. It's an up season this season. I'm telling you, man. Telling you, this is the season. I feel
Should be interesting.
25 goals. 25 goals.
Should be interesting. What else has happened today?
I think apparently the chat. What is going on with you? Your transfers, Locatelli and Chouameni.
Locatelli was never a concrete.
No. What they're talking about is a story came out that Juve wants Chouameni if they can't get Locatelli. It's posturing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
It's posturing from Juve. They're trying to drive the price for Locatelli down. That's all it is. It's going to happen, bro. I think when I'm talking about Juve getting Locatelli. They're gonna get Locatelli. Like, don't like the Chelsea fan base is just the panic is just ridiculous. Like,
yeah, the panic is a bit ridiculous in the Chelsea fan base.
Are you not gonna show up any other positions in your squad outside of?
Well, Jules Koundé is another one that we're still looking at for centre back.
Is that still going on, or is that?
Well, he's
still
agreed
going on?
to join, and we're just waiting to get rid of Zuma, I think, and then we have a slot free for him to join. Obviously, we couldn't involve him in the swap, and we couldn't involve any other players. I don't think we have anybody to offer Sevilla that they want, so they just want straight cash. So until we get Zuma off the books, who rejected West Ham, Fofana, unfortunately being injured, might actually open the door for him to go to Leicester. I would definitely see something like that taking place. 30 million. You don't see Leicester splashing 30 million on Zuma to replace Fofana for the season?
No, man.
What do you mean they no? What do you mean no? Why can't?
Why no?
Why would they do that?
Why would they?
They got players though.
No, they don't.
They don't have
Evans is injured.
Evans
is injured.
Don't they play three at the back on my buggy?
No, there's four at the back, isn't it? Surely.
Yeah, but they're going to need someone now that Fofana's gone down. They're going to need someone.
Talking about Ndidi going in at centre half and that Summer going.
I've seen Liverpool do that with Fabinho. I don't recommend moving your best DM and putting him in there. No, for me, they should be going after Zuma.
They're going to need another centre back.
A Marty. You know, I think they've got
a midfielder.
Yeah, you couldn't use him.
Yeah, but like you're making it sound like it's Zuma or no one. There's options.
I'm not saying it's no one, but I think Zuma would make sense on their part. It's not mad expensive. He's got top level experience.
You just want Zuma off your books, bro.
Well, of course, I'm trying to do good business. I'm here putting my brother out there in the market. I also think Arsenal would be blessed to sign Abraham. What was you going to say, Steve?
Phil Jones.
Phil Jones.
Someone said Fofana's injury. Someone what?
I'm sorry, I'm going to pass out.
Phil Jones is available.
I haven't heard that name in so many years since Ferguson.
He's still contracted for like, when's his contract end? 2023? It's actually mad.
I haven't heard that name since Ferguson.
You got to big up United. You got to big up Man United. You know why? Because they do charity for real. Like charity.
Listen, when they signed him, the Manchester Evening News ran a spread about him saying he was going to be the next generational talent of Man United that's going to be up there with Duncan Edwards. They were calling it Fergie's fledglings and all that shit. This is the shit I've read. And then you see him now pulling them daft faces when Aguero spins him and all that.
How is he still on the books?
Even that good at Black. It was Blackburn.
Blackburn, yeah. It was weird, because Man United wanted Rafael Varane to replace Ferdinand, I believe, and I don't know who.
No, but that was never. Yeah,
that was never going to happen. Yeah, because he went to Real Madrid.
We're never going to be Varane.
But then they needed to replace Ferdinand and Vidic around the same time, and I think Varane was identified. I'm not sure who would have been identified for Vidic, but then they signed Smalling, and Jones. And credit to Smalling, he's done well in Italy now. But
United gave Smalling a new contract, then sent him on loan out to Italy. They gave Phil Jones a new contract when he could have gone on a free.
Yeah.
It's weird shit what goes on over there. Ain't it?
And they've got Lingard now who'll be hovering around the bench. He doesn't want to leave
as well.
for West Ham.
Oh yeah, so someone said in the chat that Fofana will only be out for 6 or 7 weeks.
He broke his leg.
No, I don't think he did.
No
I think
way
he
in
just
hell.
injured. I just think he injured.
No, he snapped it, bro. Did you not see
Snapped it. Did you not see it? Did you not see the video? I don't advise watching it.
I haven't seen it.
Don't watch it,
bro. Don't watch it. There's no way in hell that injury is 6 or 7 weeks. There's no way. No way in hell. You got to obviously repair the injury, and then he's got to go for physical therapy as well.
CFC Ryan said it's only a fractured fibula, apparently.
Okay, well,
that's the same thing that happened to Conor McGregor, but except Conor McGregor broke his fibula.
Bro, you look at Fofana, the thing was.
Yeah, it was flogging.
You say that, but if you go on Conor McGregor, Conor McGregor broke his, and if you go on his Instagram, he's training already. He's just got
in a wheelchair.
No, he's just got like a big ass cast like type clamp thing on his foot, and he's training.
He's a bit of a crackhead though, isn't he? He's a bit crazy. I don't know if that's good advice for Fofana to be training that early.
No, I'm not saying it is, but I'm just saying like a fractured one might not be as bad, you know.
No, it's not. That didn't look like no fracture, bro. That looked more than just a fracture. We all saw it. We all saw it.
I haven't seen it.
Well, Matisse, you saw it.
I saw it. Yeah, it did look. It looked mad.
I heard Brendan Rodgers say something before that whoever was on site, the doctor, had done something it sort of did something really well. He got it back in or something. They said. And then he was comfortable. So whether that's helped, I don't know. But the ankle was floppy. So to me, it's a clean break. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the fact that I mean, does that look like a 6 to 7 week injury to you?
God no.
Listen, I'm going to go into detail, but my left ankle, I broke my left ankle 6 times. Yeah, playing football, same ankle. Me being a dickhead trying to play. I've got plates both sides. I've got a big screw right down the middle of it, yeah. And I was on one of them breaks that I remember I was still in a cast in 9 weeks because there was that much like it was waiting for it to heal, you know what I mean, and try to even knit together. But he's got no chance, man. I know obviously I probably got stitched up at some dodgy clinic down the road, but he's probably best in the world. But he's got a bit of rehab there. And it's the rehab as well, you know what I mean? Once it's healed, you've then got to strengthen all your muscles, ligaments, everything around it, you know what I mean? There can be little setbacks. He's going to be out for a big chunk of the season.
That's just for him to be walking, and then you got to get back to running pace as well of the Premier League. This is not running in Sunday League. This is nuts to be.
I reckon he's out for 6 months at least. He might not even play this season. If they were smart and don't rush him back, he's probably not playing again this season.
They're better off, honestly, just buying a defender, whoever that may be, and just replacing him for the season.
Jokes aside,
I'm just saying, you know, Kurt Zuma's out there.
Yeah, Marina Junior, that's your new nickname, fam. Golly, because
listen, I've got someone's got to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Secure the deals.
Someone's got to do it. I mean, didn't build up this platform for nothing.
I think they'll go out and get someone up and coming. They like getting them defenders. I think they'll go and get someone like, I don't know, that kid from Lille, Sven Botman, someone like that.
He's a baller, fam. Yeah.
You know, because they might as well they're going to be looking at Evans. Evans is probably, you know, getting to that stage where they're thinking about freshening it up. Probably this injury might have just excelled that a little bit. And Leicester's recruitment is really good. They identify good targets for the right money. Yeah. And I think Leicester will sign a centre half.
Daniel says, Monstar, you're going live tomorrow. Big up the panel. Big up, Daniel. Appreciate it.
Yeah, 100% I'll go live tomorrow.
Yeah, there's too much stuff going about not to be live, isn't it? There's stuff going about today. Finally, before we go, Lautaro Martinez, obviously, Saj, big fan, and obviously been linked with many moves. Arsenal, that's not going to happen. But he's been linked with a lot of moves. And if Lukaku does move, I expect him to stay. But I mean, Saj, how do you see him if Lukaku's gone? Because obviously you big him up a lot, but it's going to be it's going to be new for him now to be going under that pressure after raising his stocks to this level, and now suddenly Lukaku's not there. Whoever partners him, he's probably going to have way more responsibility, isn't it?
But that's making an assertion that he will be partnered. I'm might butcher the name. Inzaghi, if I'm correct, is the new manager.
Yeah, the new manager.
I think he's the brother of Filippo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is like that might be a new playing style. Inzaghi might want to have one up front. He might not want to do the two anymore. So, but saying that Lautaro is definitely going to be playing with another striker isn't exactly 100%.
Well, they've been linked with Vlahovic and Zapata, so I'd assume that they bring someone in. I mean, if you're losing Lukaku's goals, if you want to have a Serie A is going to be very interesting this season because it's starting to balance out quite nicely in terms of there's no real clear front runner for this league. You know what I mean?
Juve will win it.
You think Juve will come back and win it? Who's in charge of Juve now?
Allegri again.
Oh yeah, fair enough. But
I'll tell you who's just thinking out of the box. I'll tell you who's not a bad centre half who they could get for relatively cheap. Tosin Adebayo from Fulham, who we sold to Fulham.
Ain't he a former Man City player?
Yeah, but he's a good player, man, and for cheap money as well because Fulham.
You got a sell-on clause.
Yeah, we might have, but I'm just thinking out of the box before. If you don't want to go gung-ho, he's played in the Premier League. He had not a bad season. He was in a bit of a poor side, but he might get him out of a gap. You know what I mean?
Agreement for Romelu Lukaku's Chelsea could be reached tomorrow. Still some details to be sorted out.
Okay, big man, this isn't a live.
It's because the live chat keep telling me to read out whatever.
Let's keep it moving, bro. Like this ain't a live.
These brothers are starving, man.
Same regurgitated stuff.
Yeah, these brothers are starving. There's no update, people.
Man, God damn, this is how much Lukaku updates.
Look, it's the live chat. Look at the live chat. Look at the live chat.
These brothers are starving.
Go back to your Lautaro point.
Just can't wait to go to sleep.
We was waiting for you to come back from your little cough. We'll speak about Lautaro there for a second.
Sorry, I think Lautaro could potentially be a sticking point for the Messi. Maybe if Messi wants to go to Serie A, I don't know.
I can't see that.
Messi. I don't know. Or maybe I doubt anyone's going to sign Lautaro this late on. I doubt Inter are willing to let Lautaro go this late on the window, especially with Lukaku being poised to move to Chelsea. So, he's good. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm not going to predict anything because there's no point. Let's just see what happens when the season starts.
Yeah. All right. Well, people, that's basically it. We've covered everything. Grealish, Messi, Lukaku, obviously, and everything else in between, really. But those are the three main things going around today. But Messi's definitely shaken the football landscape today with that departure from Barcelona.
Quickly, can we just say 100% that there is no U-turning now on the part of Barcelona and Messi?
Liga.
No, I think there is a possibility of a U-turn.
Okay.
I think if La Liga, because the issue is not with Barcelona and Messi. Barcelona even stated that we did come to agreements with, we are going to sign him for so and so time, give him such and such wages. The issue wasn't between Barcelona and Messi. The issue is between Barcelona and La Liga. Do you get what I mean? So some journalists are adamant that maybe things can be reversed if Barcelona and La Liga come to some kind of agreement. So there is still that possibility in it, but we should just wait and see in it.
Thing is, though, we've got 3 weeks left of the window, and Messi's now unemployed, so he'd want to get a new club as soon as possible, innit? He wouldn't want to be waiting around for La Liga to make a decision because if
the man's a billionaire, there's no such thing as unemployed.
He's unemployed, man. He's literally he's struggling out here. He needs help.
So's Obama. Come
on. That's the end of the show, people. Make sure you follow Saj on Twitter, the ever-present active Saj on Twitter. Make sure you go and check him out.
Why do you say it like that?
He loves to tag me on Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram.
Bullshit as well.
Forget Twitter.
Maybe he'll challenge me to a run this week. I don't know if he's feeling up to it on the roundabout.
No contest Monster's doing the thing, fam. He's just clipping Monstar up, bro. This guy's killing it, bro.
Monstar, bro. Let them know where to find you and what you got coming out over the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's just MonstarCFC, as you can see right there below, wherever it is.
Yeah, that's how there you go.
MonstarCFC. But yeah, I just cover Monday to Friday. Generally, I cover what the hell is going on at Chelsea. Simple as that. So hopefully tomorrow, maybe Lukaku will be announced or whatever. We'll see. We'll see in it. But yeah, just MonstarCFC on YouTube and Twitter.
And Steve, bro, let them know about the channel. What's coming up?
Big Steve MCFC on Instagram and on YouTube. There's no videos yet, but it's coming, doing the graphics. This weekend, I'm off to the Charity Shield. May have something lined up with Joel if I can get there, and I'll try and do some random lives when I'm on Wembley Way. and stuff like that. So yeah, big up.
What's the sub count now? What are we looking at?
I think there's 1,600 on there.
Excellent.
Damn, and no vid.
No vid.
I'm telling you, you should just go to 100k with no vid. I'm telling you, I've seen it before on YouTube. Just rock with it.
Did they get plaques out?
Links are in the chat for Monstar's YouTube channel, Steve's channel as well. Make sure you guys smash the likes. Hope you guys have enjoyed the show. Subscribe if you're new as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for either a video or a stream. Would depend on Saj's well-being. I don't want to kill him. Bless up.
You should think stream, like we can just have personal.
No. Publicly, they need to know that you're not well. Wish Saj well, people. Make sure you give him
Don't wish me
some
well,
love.
Rev.
You know, Saj and a love heart emoji in the chat. Make sure he's feeling good. You know what I mean? Send him love on Twitter. Tag him. Send him love. Whatever you can do there. And yeah, people, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And thanks for joining us. It's been a great stream, people. In a bit. Peace.